Hello friend, today I'm to show you how to work with geometry tool in Qgis. So upon loading my data, I have like the data I want to explain for you. I have like the state bundle for which this is Tanzania state bundle. I have the region bundles. I have like the district and the what. So I just gonna show you how to work with the geometry tool in Qgis. The geometry tool, you access it by going to vector and then you access the geometry tool. So here are several tools that belong to geometry. Of course, you'll access the geometry tools upon also using processing toolbox. You just gonna have here and search like the centroid, you'll find like here. So that's how we can access the centroid, I mean the geometric tool. So of course, if you not find also the processing toolbox, if for example you just access like here, or if you not again find like here, just go to view and then go to panel, you'll find the processing toolbox. So you have to make sure that it has been having a tick, so you'll access right away. So let's proceed on how to use the geometry tools. So for the first one, I just want to load my region bundle for now, and then just go to vector and then geometry. We start with the centroid. If you click on the centroid, I just gonna load my layer, which is the TZ, that is one. So after that, you have to keep this in this way and then run. Upon running, you just my centroid. So it's just gonna it's extract the point, or the of course the point in each of my region. It's just extract the point in each region. So I want also to show you one thing here. So if you just go to vector again and then go to geometry and then centroid, and then you just select the same layer, which is one, for example, and then if you keep this point ticked and then you try to run, what the QGIS or the geometry tool will do is just gonna extract uh, the centroid or the point in the middle for each of a polygon. So for each of the polygon, it's just gonna extract the centroid. So as you see, we have like the several polygons. So the QGIS or the geometry has just extracted in each and every polygon. That's how we work on the centroid. So you have to make sure that not ticked, so that to avoid this issue. So let me just remove this layer and then let's proceed. So that's how first geometry tool. Okay, second, for example, I just gonna right click on here, and then if you go to open attribute table, you'll see, so we have like the G1 for which this is 0. So this is region, so like the name of a region is like here. So we have Arusha, Dar es Salaam, the Ul. So I just gonna show you, for example, if just go to vector again, geometry tool, and then if you go to collect geometry, for example, so that means the geometry tool or the QGIS will just collect the geometry for this specified shapefile. So if you just collect, and then I'll just select the same, which is 1, and then if we just try to run, you'll find like the QGIS or the geometry tool has just organized, or as just combining the geometry, has just correct the geometry for to show you that. For example, if I just want to select, for example, if I click here and then untick this, if I click here and then if I just go here and select, for example, if I select this, you see how it's select. So it's select individual. But for example, if you just go to our collected, for example, and then I just select, so you see it select the whole shapefile. So that's how the point of vector connection geometry. And the work of with that, for example, if you just see right click, go to attribute table, the same, it will have like the same data. So someone can ask what the use of that. So for example, if we haven't have this, so we just use this to create the same data that we have. That's the second. The third thing to discuss here, for example, if you just go to vector again and then go to geometry tools, and then we're just gonna try to use del one triangulation. So for this, just gonna, for example, the input layer, it has to be the point, of course. So this is just use the centroid. So if just gonna run, you'll find like it has combining the whole point that we have. So it's just combining the whole point. For example, let me just put this off, and then I'm just gonna put this up. Sorry. So you see, in each point, it just connect the point in a triangulation way. So that's how we work. Of course, the use of these. So yeah, and the fourth thing is, so yeah, let me just delete this, for example. So yeah, let me just load this again. So the next thing we are just gonna discuss here, let me select this, then go to vector geometry tool, and then we just gonna do like the multiple to single part. So on this, for example, we have like the collected one like here. So just gonna use this corrected one. For example, if you just go to vector geometry tool and then multiple to single part, and then I just select my collected, and then if I run here, you'll find the new part as the single part has been selected. So this one is the same as this, the one we loaded earlier. So with this, if you just go to open attribute, you'll see the whole has been coming out. So if you just like want to select, you'll see you'll be able to select a single way. So these are at the point of returning collected to a single part. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing to discuss here, yeah, for example, like it's got vector geometry tool, and then we have like the polygon to lines. So this we just convert the polygon to lines. For example, if you just gonna click that and then use a single part and just run here, you'll find like the polygon has just changed it to a line. So if you see this line. So and then the sixth thing to discuss here, just go to vector, yeah, and then go to Voronoi polygon. So Voronoi polygon is just gonna convert the point data to a polygon. So if you just click here, you find like you need to load the input layer, which is centroid, of course, that the point data to a polygon. So if you just gonna learn here, you'll find it has just been convert the point data to polygon. So each point data has got like the polygons. The last thing that I need to discuss here today with you, just gonna, if we just go to vector, and then for example, initially if we just load here this, let me just unload this, let me delete this calls, and then I've just loaded here, let me just untick this, for example. This is my data. I just right click and then go to attribute table. You'll find like we have like this column, of course. So if just go back and then go to vector and then geometry tool, and then I just want to add geometry attribute to this data. So what geometry attribute added will be added is just the area and the perimeter. So just go to click on the add geometry attribute, and then I just select the layer, which is 1 of course, and then if just learn, you'll find like the automatically added area and polygon. So just this is an area and this is the perimeter. But before doing that, you have to make sure that your layer has the correct CLIs, in which it has to be in Newton zone, so that the area should be given in meters square and the perimeter in meter. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more video that has come yet. Thanks.